Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play the entirety of this video without any interruptions, and then I'll go back and talk about things that are going on to better explain what's going on, and talk about things that I think that were done right and or done wrong. Without further ado, here we go.
Hello, I'm Jolene Lopez, Public Information Officer for the Mesquite Police Department. This critical incident community briefing is intended to provide you with information about an officer-involved shooting that occurred during the evening of March 14th, 2022. You're about to see relevant video footage and learn about other evidence and police procedures related to the case, so you can have a better understanding of what occurred based on what we know right now. The Mesquite Police Department conducts very thorough use of force investigations, which typically require investigators to interview multiple witnesses, view numerous hours of video footage, and analyze a significant amount of forensic evidence. We're still at the very early stages of this investigation, and our understanding of the incident may change as the additional evidence is collected, analyzed, and reviewed. We also do not draw any conclusions about whether the officers acted consistently with our policies and the law until all the facts are known and the investigation is complete. A word of caution: the images and information you're about to see may be disturbing. When a police officer uses force to arrest a suspect or defend against an attack, it can be graphic and difficult to watch. In addition, there may be strong language used by those shown in the video. Viewer discretion is advised, especially for young children and sensitive viewers. The identities of the involved officers are not being disclosed at this time due to the ongoing investigation, but for this video, we will refer to them as Officer 1 and Officer 2. On March 14th, 2022, at 3:53 p.m., Mesquite police officers were dispatched to an apartment complex for a gun call in the 3700 block of Gus Thomason Road in Mesquite, Texas. The victim advised that an unknown male subject had entered his apartment looking for a family member while pointing a handgun at the victim. The suspect exited the victim's apartment and was believed to have entered another apartment just below his.
Hello.
This is the Mesquite Police Department. I got a 911 call.
I just got robbed. Some guy downstairs just robbed me, and he has got a gun.
Are you hurt?
Police. No, I am nervous as hell, though. Please,
okay.
Can you please?
What did he look like?
He is a guy with a gray hoodie on, and he was doing a lot of weird stuff a couple of days ago, coming into my house, knocking and telling me he's hearing. I think he's on some type of drugs.
Okay, white male, black male?
Black male. He's about 5'8", 5'9", and he has a black hoodie on, and he has a pistol.
So, I'm sorry, was that hoodie gray or black?
Gray.
Okay, and about how old is he?
He's about in his mid, like 28, 29, maybe 30 years old.
Does he live in the complex?
Yes, he said he lives downstairs.
Okay, and what did he take from you?
Hello.
Yes, sir. What did he take from you?
He's coming up here saying his sister is missing. For some reason, this guy has been on something, and he's been coming up here for a couple of days, knocking on my door, saying he's hearing some stuff. And today, when I got home from work, he was banging on my door with a hammer. And when I opened up the door, he kind of like made himself into my house, and he had a gun. And he was looking for his sister. He made me go around my apartment.
Okay, did he take anything from you?
No, he did not, but he has a gun.
Okay. Do you know his name? Hello?
Upon arrival at the apartment complex, officers secured the area and attempted to make contact with the suspect inside the apartment, where he was last seen to be entering. No contact or communication was able to be made, and due to the suspect being armed, the Mesquite Police Department tactical team and crisis negotiators were dispatched to the location. After arriving on the scene, the MPD tactical team and crisis negotiators attempted contact through various means, utilizing multiple forms of technology to determine if the suspect was inside the residence and tried to establish communication. After exhausting all other efforts, the MPD tactical team made entry and cleared the apartment, finding it to be vacant. At approximately 8:42 p.m., as officers were clearing the apartment, A family member notified responding officers that the suspect in question was currently at the business located in the 3700 block of Childress Avenue. Upon arrival at the business, responding officers located and confronted the suspect in the parking lot. As officers were approaching the suspect produced a handgun and fired 3 rounds at the officers. Both officers returned fire and the suspect was struck. Here is the view of the incident from the body-worn camera of Officer 1.
Hands up! 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 Hey, give me him! Hands up! Keep your hands! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! We got shots fired! He's taking off running! Get around back! Go around back! Check the back! Check the back! Check the back! He ran around back! Hands up! Okay, hold on, hey, give us the radio. We got him down in the front of the parking lot, in front of the building. Guns away from him. You ready? Hang on. Okay. Let's get him. Hands up! Put your hands out to your side. Jason, come around. Put your hands up now! Hold on. Hey, where's K9? Hold on, relax. Take a deep breath.
Hang on. Are you in the store?
Okay, hold on.
Do you have eyes on him? If you're in the store, we need a pistol here. Okay?
Let's move to the left. Jason's got eyes on. Okay, all right. We can see the gun. We know he's not there, okay?
Move up the line. We're going to move as a team, okay?
Okay. Let's go to the left, okay? Let's roll. Hey, Jason, we're coming to the left. Hey, guys, we're going to step to the left. We're going to step to the left in the parking lot, okay? We just watch your crossfire. Okay, let's roll. Okay.
Get back inside! Go back inside!
Let's go.
Hey, crossfire.
Yeah. Hey, watch your crossfire!
Get back! Keep your hands up!
Okay, stop. Over here.
All right, ready? Get us a car! Get us a squad! Hey,
bring a squad up here to the front.
Bring us a squad up here. Ladarious! Put your hands up! Ladarious! Hey, Ladarious, this is Detective Hill. I need you to listen to me, okay?
No.
Ladarious, can you hear me?
Okay, I shot as well.
All right, Ladarious, I want you to, your left arm, all right? I want you to lift your left arm up over your head so I can see it. Do it now. Okay, Ladarious, let me see your right arm. Can you show me your right hand?
Get a box.
All right, let me
get a box too. Start as a box. We got one with a gunshot.
Do it now.
Bring that squad up here.
Ladarious, let me see your right hand. Do it now. All right. Ladarious, if you reach toward that gun, I will shoot you. Do you understand?
Let's move to the car.
Right.
Move to the car.
Ladarious, if you reach toward that gun, I will shoot you. Do you understand? All right, Ladarious.
Roll onto your stomach.
Ladarious, can you roll over to your stomach? Okay. No, yes or no? Okay.
Roll to your stomach.
To your stomach. Do it now.
Keep your hand up.
Keep that hand up.
Okay, he's bleeding a lot. We got to probably push up there.
All right, Ladarious, do not move again.
Do not move.
If you move toward that gun, we will shoot you. Do you understand? Okay, you ready? All right, we're moving.
Yep.
Ladarious, if you move toward that gun, we will shoot you. Do you understand?
I'm gonna take the gun. All right. Put your hands behind your back.
If you reach that, I swear to God, if you reach over, I will shoot you.
Put your hands behind your back right now.
Put your hands behind your back. Do it now.
Put them behind your back.
We're going to help you, but I need you to put your right hand behind your back. Do it now, please. Okay, we're going to help you, Ladarious. I know you got shot. You shot at us. You understand? Okay. Let's go.
Keep in mind when viewing the videos, the lighting from the video does not depict all of the details seen by officers, and the night vision of the camera is not as acute as when the human eye can see it in a lit parking lot. Also, the angle of the camera is only one perspective and cannot emulate or depict the officer's range of movement from his head and eyes. Let us now review surveillance footage captured by cameras from the business location. Here is the body cam, dash cam, and business surveillance footage synced and combined so that you can see the event more clearly as it transpired.
One is Jimmy McIntyre's 2045.
Hands up, 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 hands up. Hey, give me them. Hands up, keep your hands. Shots fired! Shots fired, shots fired! We got shots fired, he's taking off running. Get around back, go around back. Check the back, check the back, check the back. You ran around back. Hands up! Okay, hold on. Hey, give us the radio. We got him down in the front of the parking lot, in front of the building. Don't away from him. All right? Hang on. Okay.
Officers detained the suspect and performed life-saving measures. The suspect was transported by ambulance to a local area hospital where he was treated and later released to the custody of Dallas County. No officers were injured during the exchange of gunfire. Officers recovered the handgun used by the suspect to fire at officers from the scene. The suspect's weapon was a 9mm Smith & Wesson M&P handgun. The suspect was later identified as Ladarious Davis, a 28-year-old male from Mesquite. Davis is being charged with aggravated assault on a public servant and burglary for his initial offense at the apartment community. Both offenses are first-degree felonies. Officer 1 is a 3-year veteran of the Mesquite Police Department. Officer 1 was carrying a Glock 9mm handgun and fired 3 rounds. Officer 2 is a 6-year veteran of the Mesquite Police Department. Officer 2 was also carrying a Glock 9mm handgun and fired 1 round. The Mesquite Police Department will continue to investigate and analyze this incident. We will continue interviewing witnesses that may come forward and complete any forensic tests. After the investigation is complete, the investigation will be referred to the Dallas County District Attorney's Office for review. The Internal Affairs Unit will also conduct an investigation and evaluate the evidence to determine whether the officer's actions and use of deadly force in this instance follow department policy and procedures. Thank you for taking the time to view this critical incident community briefing.
Okay. There's really not much to say about the video itself. The video is pretty straightforward. I think this is the second video I've done from Mesquite, Texas. I want to say there was another one that I found. I didn't do it. It was pretty old. But I think this is the second one that I've done. The video itself is fine. They have a good public speaker. They do provide pretty good overhead aerial shots and kind of give an explanation of what's going on pretty well, and a good view of the videos here.
Of our suspect was and fired 3 rounds at the officers. Both officers returned fire and the suspect was struck. Here.
So we see that in the beginning here, they don't really show their arrival. So you don't see their arrival until they play all the videos all together at the end.
Synced and combined so that you can see the event more clearly as it transpired.
One is Jimmy McIntyre's 2045.
So boom, one car parks right here. And that's the officer who gets out of this vehicle here.
Hands up, Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up!
So as he's making his approach, another backing officer gets here. You see him go in front of the cruiser.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hey, give me him. Hands up! Keep your hands. Hey, give me hands up!
So why there's only one footage provided, I don't know. It's possible the other officers didn't activate their cameras. And it's possible that their cameras were dead. And that actually happens a lot for a lot of agencies, because they leave their cameras on buffer mode for the entire shift. And, you know, within law enforcement, there's, you know, a lot of overtime involved. So the camera that was originally going good for, you know, 8 to 10 hours is now really being pushed when the officer's staying over working 12-hour shift. And over time, the batteries themselves will degrade. So when you get a camera and its battery is initially good for a good solid 12 hours, a couple years down the road, it doesn't stay charged or it doesn't last 12 hours on a shift. It now lasts 10 hours or 8 hours or even a little bit shorter. And you have a lot of officers across the nation whose cameras just end up dying on them during the middle of shift because they won't hold a charge. Now, I don't know what's going on here, so it could either be the cameras are dead, B, they just completely forgot to turn them on, or C, they're not issued cameras. I don't know.
Hands up.
So this guy is making the approach. We're looking, well, he's making the approach. He's got his gun out because they know they're going to a call involving a person with a gun. So I like that he's getting his gun out. I just don't like the choice of gun. As one of my regular gripes in these videos, too many times you see officers responding to calls that involve gunplay, and the only damn thing they get out with is a pistol. That is wrong. If you're going to a call that's involving guns, there's the possibility that a gunfight could happen. And since there's a possibility of a gunfight happening, it's a no-brainer that you need to get a rifle out. Rifles stop gunfights a lot faster. The only reason pistols are carried is because they're comfortable and convenient. You can carry them all damn day long and it doesn't hurt, doesn't get in the way, etc. And you're not getting involved in gunshot or gunfights every single day. So you can carry a pistol for those emergent, those exigent circumstances. Most officers go their entire career without anything ever happening, never having to shoot someone. Now, if that was the reverse, if there was a bunch of gunfights going on for police every single day, multiple gunshots, then they would very quickly find out that pistols are not what they want. Rifles would be what they want. So for that fact alone, the fact that officers are just not getting involved in gunfights all the time, they haven't learned, I guess you could say, that rifles are the preferred tool for gunfights. I don't, and then there's also the possibility that this officer didn't have a rifle. I don't know. I'd imagine it being Texas, I would suspect that at least the officer has a rifle in the car, if not a shotgun. There's some agencies out there that don't give rifles to their patrol guys, funding issues, etc. But there are a lot of small, like podunk agencies out there, like 1-2 man departments, and they still get frickin' rifles. So agencies that have, multiple patrol officers, there's something going on with the administration not properly budgeting if there's some agencies that don't have rifles out. So I'm not 100% confident in the belief that there's no rifles whatsoever in these vehicles. I just think that they're neglecting to get them out, which is the majority of the cases out there across this nation. When you watch these videos, just the officers are neglecting to get rifles out. Rifle cartridges are far superior to pistol cartridges. There's a lot of people who've been shot with pistols, and they're still walking around today. They got back up and lived from it. Not too many people out there who can get up after being hit with rifle. There are some out there, but rifles will incapacitate the threat a lot faster and a lot more effective than a pistol ever could. And when you look at the distance here, this from here to there, this is a pretty long distance. It's a pretty good long distance for a pistol. For a rifle, no match, no contest. So having a rifle, if this guy decided to start shooting from here, then if the officer had a rifle, he would very, very easily be able to make that hit. With pistol, don't know. Yeah, you can make a hit from this distance with a pistol, but under stress and duress, your chances of having successful hits are pretty low. Now on a range, under golf course conditions, yeah, you can plug holes right in the X all day long. But once that target starts shooting back at you and you're moving, that changes things.
Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up.
So as he's approaching and yelling, hands up, hands up, hands up, he's got one hand on his gun. What his other hand's doing, I'm not 100% sure. It's possible that he's holding a flashlight in his hand.
Hands up, hands up, hands up.
Because we do see a light right here reflecting off the vehicle. If it is him holding a handheld light, then that's wrong. He has a weapon-mounted light on his gun that needs to be what is activated instead of having a utility light in his other non-dominant hand. When it comes to pistols, one of the reasons why pistols are not as accurate as rifles is because you have less points of contact on that weapon. With a rifle, you get 2 points of contact on the hand, just like you do with a handgun, but you also get the point of contact into your shoulder, your chin, jaw area, and if you got a 2-point sling on there, and you've got it cinched up properly, your support arm, if it's draped over it, you can adjust the positioning of your left arm to put tension on that sling and pull that sling backwards and pull that rifle a little bit more further backwards into you and making it a lot more tighter. So shooting one-handed with a pistol, obviously it can be done, but is it as effective? Hell no, it's not. You're already at a disadvantage when you're on two hands with a pistol, right? Because you're dealing with a very short barrel and you only got 2 points of contact on this weapon. So you're already at a disadvantage with that. Going to one hand, that makes it even worse.
Hey.
While he's yelling that, and there is a vehicle in between him and the bad guy, at this point there is concealment going on. This vehicle is concealing them from each other. This guy has now pulled the gun out of the bag. This officer does not realize it just yet. He's about to, but this guy is able to get the gun out and get it into play, all because there's a vehicle parked right here and it's providing concealment.
Hey, give me him. Hands up, keep your hands. Hey, give me him. Hands up, keep your hands.
So it does look like he has his weapon-mounted light activated here. So what he was doing with his left hand, I'm not really sure what was going on with his left hand. He could have been having it positioned to be able to talk on his radio.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up!
Sure.
Hey, give me him. Hands up! Keep your hands.
So he takes fire while at the rear of the vehicle, takes cover, goes this direction, and appears over the hood. I like that. So when you go in behind cover, one school of thought is don't reappear where you disappeared from. You ever play the game Whack-A-Mole where you got a couple holes there in front of you and a little object pops up and then you go to hit it? Well, if you're expecting to come out of that hole again, well, then you're prepared to hit it with more success. So same kind of concept here. You go in behind cover. It's ideal if you can reemerge from a different point around that cover. Now, not all cover is going to be the same. Sometimes you're just not going to be able to do this. But for him, it worked out.
Hands up! Keep your hands! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! We got shots fired! He's taking off running! Get around back! Go around back! Check the back! Check the back! Check the back! He ran around back!
So he seems to think that the suspect ran around to the back of the building, but yet there's still one officer right here, and I think it's plausible that this officer knows different and can actually see the guy.
Hands up! Okay, hold on. Hey, give us the radio. We got him down in the front of the parking lot in front of the building. Don't get away from him. All right? Hang on. Okay.
Officers detained the suspect and performed life-saving measures. The suspect was transported by ambulance to a local area hospital where he was treated and later released to the custody. Officers recovered the handgun used by...
So, let me go back to the first part of the video because it shows a little bit more after the shooting itself.
Put your hands up! It's canine! We know it. Hey, guys. Get back! Get us a car! Get us a... Get back! Get back inside! Go back inside! Okay. Get back inside! Go back inside!
So now they have people who are inside this business coming towards the door wanting to come out. Now that's going to create a bad situation for them if this guy wanted to continue the gunfight and these people come out and they're in between him and them. So these officers become aware of these people and start telling them to stay inside because obviously, you don't want them coming out here into the middle of a gun battle. That's just going to create more issues for them. Now, these people, what if they did not obey those verbal commands? What if they just decided to walk on out anyway? I mean, there's not really a whole lot that could be done. But one thing to think about at that point, are they a threat or are they just stupid people? You have to keep in mind that criminals don't always work alone. They sometimes have, partners. And, someone just completely refusing, verbal instructions to stay inside the damn building. If one of them decided to completely come on out, that to me could be, it's going to be one of two things. Either A, that person is involved with this guy, or B, they're just completely fucking stupid. And either way, after a gun battle has just occurred and someone wanting to come outside and defy orders, they're going to get a gun pointed at them. Because that's just not normal, right? Like, you hear gunshots outside and then you see people with guns pointed at something, and then they're uniformed officers. It's very well known that they're the police, and they're giving verbal instructions for them to stay in. So if one of them would come out, I'd have no problem with this guy spinning around and pointing a gun at him, because that's peculiar. That's just an odd kind of thing to be going on. Now, if they just wanted to beat feet and go this way, that's one thing, but they're still going to have a gun pointed at them.
Let's go. Hey, crossfire. Get back. Hey, watch your crossfire. Get back.
They're cognizant of the fact of crossfire, so you see some backing units over here. One's parked there, and another one's just kind of pulled up over here.
Get back! Keep your hands up!
Okay, stop. Come here.
Right. Get us a car! Get us a squad! Hey! Don't move!
Bring a squad up here
Get
to the
us
front
a
of the school.
squad! Bring us a squad up here. Bring us a squad. Ladarious! Put your hands up! Ladarious! Hey, Ladarious, this is Detective Hill. I need you to listen to me, okay?
No.
Ladarious, can you hear me?
Okay, I shot as well.
All right, Ladarious, I want you to, your left arm, all right? I want you to lift your left arm up over your head so I can see it. Do it now. Okay, Ladarious, let me see your right arm. Can you show me your right hand?
Get a box.
All right, let me see your
So this officer over here is utilizing a utility light, and he also has a weapon-mounted light on his gun. Why he's using a utility handheld light while he has a weapon-mounted light, I don't know. If his weapon-mounted light is dead, the batteries are out, then I could understand why he would be using a utility light. But if there's fresh batteries in this thing and this thing works, there's no need to use a utility light at this point. You just turn that weapon-mounted light on, point it to the threat, and that's your illumination right there. Keep both hands on the gun.
There's a box. We got one with a gunshot wound.
Do it now. Now. Understand. You understand? All right, Ladarious.
So they wanted a vehicle to come up so that they could have cover to get behind the vehicle. Vehicles are not always the greatest form of cover. They're just not. They really suck for cover. So while these two may be somewhat protected behind this big ass engine block, the dude who's in the driver's seat, if this guy started shooting towards here, then he could very well put rounds through the passenger door and hit the officer in the driver's seat. So, yeah, you got two guys who could be covered by the engine block here, but the dude inside the cab of the vehicle could still get plugged. So, I understand they want cover, but I don't think that people fully realize that vehicles are not the best form of cover.
Onto your stomach.
Ladarious, on your stomach. Can you roll? Ladarious, keep the hand up.
Okay, he's bleeding a lot.
We will shoot you. Do you understand? Okay, you ready? All right, we're moving.
Yep.
I like those very clear, concise instructions and giving him their expectations. Like, if you do this, we're going to shoot you. It doesn't get any plainer English than that. Like, I mean, that's universal right there. Like, everyone understands the message that is being delivered here.
Ladarious, if you move toward that gun, we will shoot you. Do you understand?
I'm going to take the gun. All right. Put your hands behind your back.
If you reach, I swear to God, if you reach over, I will shoot you.
Put your hands behind your back right now.
Put your hands behind your back. Do it now.
Put them behind your back.
We're going to help you, but I need you to put your right hand behind your back. Do it now, please. Okay, we're going to help you, Ladarious. I know you got shot. You shot at us. You understand? Okay. Let's start.
Keep in mind when viewing the video.
All right, so they're very, very cautious when they get up to this guy because they know that he could still continue to fight in some way. Just because they see a gun laying on the ground doesn't mean that's his only gun. He could still have another gun. And that gun that's on the ground, he could very easily try to make a reach for it and continue this fight. So they go up, they cuff him, and from there you don't really get to see much of anything else. It just kind of ends after that. So the M&P pistol, not too common of a gun to see little street thugs with. This is a pretty good fighting pistol here. Typically you see them with, something else, but this is a pretty decent gun right here. Personally, I use Glock 17s. And I like the M&P, and if it were not for the fact that it would cost so much to get new holsters, get the number of magazines that I would want to have for that pistol, etc., then I would make the transition from Glock 17 to the M&P. But it's just the cost factor. I mean, I can't. There's multiple holsters I'd have to replace and stuff, and it's just. The Glock 17 works. It's been working for years. So nothing no huge motivation for me to change. If I just had extra disposable income, just more money to blow, then I would probably go with an M&P setup. I really like these pistols. So where did this gun come from? I don't know. I don't know if this guy is a convicted felon or not. I would not be surprised to find out if he's a convicted felon. And so if he is a convicted felon, how did he get this gun? Well, it's not very likely that he would have gone into a gun store and bought it, because he would have been denied being a felon. Felons typically come into possession of their handguns by either stealing them or buying them from people who have stolen them. That's how they get those guns. The guns that are being stolen, how are they being stolen? They're being stolen out of vehicles and homes where the guns are being left unattended and unsecured. These weapons are being left in a manner where they are easily accessible, and the guns themselves are operable to unauthorized people. Someone who leaves their gun at home and goes to work, where are they leaving this gun at? Are they putting it in a safe? Probably not. That's why they're being easily stolen. What's most likely happening for people in homes is they're leaving their gun in a nightstand, and someone breaks into the house and they go through the nightstand, find the gun, take off, or they're leaving it on top of the nightstand, leaving it under the bed mattress, or putting it, on the top shelf of the closet, or leaving it on the coffee table or inside a end stand or something like that. With vehicles, a lot of people leave their guns in the center console, and a lot of center consoles do not lock. They don't even have a lock at all on them. And a lot of people are just leaving a gun in there, and they're putting them in a glove box, but they're not locking the glove box, or the glove box itself doesn't even have a lock on it, or they're just shoving it up under the seat. So when that happens, sometimes these people will forget to lock their car, and when people go around car hopping, they open the doors, get in the car, and they start rummaging around, and then boom, they find these guns. That's how, surprisingly, a lot of guns end up getting stolen, is out of a vehicle like that. If they did, if the person did remember to lock their doors on their car, then it's still sitting in a middle console that does not lock. So all the person has to do is bust a window, get inside the vehicle, and get inside the middle console. Easy peasy. So, same with glove box. If they don't have a lock on the glove box, or if it does and they just neglect to lock it, they're just making it too easy for someone to get. What these people need to be doing is, if they're going to be leaving the gun at home, they need to be leaving it in a safe. And if they don't have a safe, they need to be doing something like putting a trigger lock on the gun, or if they bought it new and it came with a cable lock, run the cable lock through it. That way, if someone does grab it and take off with it, it's at least going to be an inconvenience for them to get this thing in working order. They're going to have to put a lot more effort in it to get it to start working. Yes, those locks and stuff can be defeated, but at least it's going to buy time. They're not going to be able to put this gun into play super fast. It's going to take some time to do it. For these people leaving their guns in their cars, at bare minimum, what they need to be doing is putting it in a locked container. So if their glove box locks, they need to put it in the glove box and lock it. If their middle console actually has a lock on it, then they need to lock that middle console. Other than that, they need to get a safe that will tether to the car seat, and then be able to have that box slide up under the seat and keep that gun in that locked box. Or have a lock box in the trunk that tethers into the frame of the vehicle somehow. That way you just can't take the box away and go about it. That's how those pistols are mostly stolen. And it's how a lot of these felons end up coming in possession of them. The other way these felons end up coming in possession of these guns is they have a friend or family member who does not have any felony convictions, who can actually go to a gun store and buy it, and then they'll do a straw purchase and give it to them, which is illegal in and itself. But that's one way they do it. Or they can do a private person-to-person sell, and the other person who is selling it to them legitimately does not know that they're a felon, or can have a higher degree of plausible deniability in saying that they didn't know the person was a felon, and then make a sale that way, which is one reason why I think that the NICS system should be open to the entire public. That way, people who want to do private-to-private sales, well, they can use the NICS hotline and at least know that the private individual they're selling their private gun to isn't a convicted felon. But again, like I said, I don't know if this guy's a felon or not. Based off the stuff that he was doing, I would say that there's probably a pretty good chance he probably is. If not, then he's become very lucky in life and got some plea deals that amended his charges down to where he avoided felony convictions. Most times, people who end up shooting at the police, majority of the time, they've got some type of criminal background. It's not like it's their first rodeo, right? Like, if you're going to be shooting at the police, that's a pretty good, clear indication that you're a fucking piece of shit. Normal, good people do not just want to start shooting at the police. Like, that just doesn't happen. It's always these piece of shit assholes that end up doing this. And they typically have criminal backgrounds. Not much else to talk about in this video. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching.